Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. As always, I thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, and hopefully you will like the video and you will like the book that I'm about to review for you, because it's definitely one that is very highly recommended. The book is The Sleeping Beauties and Other Stories of Mystery Illness by Suzanne O'Sullivan. This is published by Pantheon and it retails for $37. This is a fascinating book. Reminds me a bit of, remember when they talk about if you're on a bus and you see people yawning, it usually makes you yawn? Well, it's sort of like a ripple effect. Well, this book is filled with stories of people who have illnesses, not just that person, but sometimes dozens and sometimes more than that. Suzanne O'Sullivan is a neurologist. She has studied the cases for quite some time, and she has traveled to a lot of the countries to see firsthand the cases that she has written about. They are absolutely fascinating. She talks first about a Swedish case where a large number of young girls suddenly appeared to be sleeping. They were conscious of what was going on, but it was almost like, well, a comatose state. Now, all of them were from families of asylum seekers. Now, that makes it even more odd, but it afflicted dozens of young girls, and they went to the girls, they tried to talk to them, and it's almost like there were responses, but it's just like they had forced themselves not to want to wake up. And that's the first case in the book. And once you read that, you're going to say, wow, this is absolutely fascinating. And it gets better from there, because she travels to like so many countries where there is mass hysteria, mass hallucinations. People are agitated, they're angry, and they do and say things that they have never done before in their life. She also talks about a case from Leroy, New York, where a young girl, Kate Krautwurst, her name was, she suddenly woke up from a normal sleep, and she started having like her body had she had like facial tics, and it was like Tourette's syndrome, and she suddenly screamed out loud, and it was behavior that she had never exhibited before, because she was a straight A student, a cheerleader, very highly respected at the school that she attended. And soon another friend of hers, Thea, she began exhibiting similar characteristics of her muscle movement. She couldn't control her muscles. It was involuntary muscle movements, and she began screaming out loud too. And it wasn't long before girls within their friendship circle were doing the same thing. Now, it's not like they were doing this for attention. It was a mass effect. And at school, some girls started doing it too. So they went to doctors, specialists looked at them, and they really could not figure out what the cause was of this mass effect of people behaving like they had never behaved before. And all the cases mentioned in the book are absolutely just, it makes you scratch your head and say, wow, how could this happen, and why did this happen? Now, there were theories in some of the cases that they were living close to like uranium mines, and it was the effect from like dust or chemicals, even chemicals in the water supply, and but nothing was concretely proven either way. There's also a case here, and it is called greasy sickness, and that's GRISISIKNIS, and it afflicted the mosquitoes, Miskitos, not mosquito, the mosquitoes people of Nicaragua. And they were suffering from mass hallucinations, fatigue, aggression. These were people that had never, ever done things of this nature. So each story has just makes you shake your head and say, what could have happened? There were also stories of other sleeping sickness, mass sleeping sickness, and people with heart issues. And the term here was Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. And it afflicted people, it affected their hearts, causing rapid heartbeats, rapid heart rhythms, almost like they were going to have a heart attack. And it just came and it went. So by the time you finish The Sleeping Beauties, you are definitely going to say, wow, that is definitely a book that you are not going to forget. Suzanne O'Sullivan has done an amazing job of amassing all these stories. And if you like medical stories, medical books, scientific books, and books without a real explanation, this book is definitely your cup of tea. You will not be able to sleep well after reading it because it'll be on your mind for quite some time. So that's a book I wanted to draw to your attention today. Hopefully you will consider it when you go to your local bookstore. And let me know if you agree with my assessment of the book. So, until we meet again, we will very soon with another great read. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you at the bookstore. Thanks for watching and bye for now.